As we begin the fast tomorrow, the two readings that the Church gives to us today, if you will permit me saying so, we could read them every day of the fast and take a benefit from it. These are the final reminders of the Church to us of how to fast. And I want you to note, it says nothing about what we are supposed to fast from. It doesn't talk about meat and dairy. It doesn't talk about cheese and fish. There is nothing of legalism here. We know the rules. It tells us how to approach the rules. And the first point is that we fast not from food at all, but we set ourselves apart as the people called by God to be holy, to be different, to be His people, to set aside the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. This is important. This is indeed essential. The fast is not about food. We are called to be light in the darkness of this world. And as it says elsewhere, if the light within us is darkness, how great is that darkness? We are called to be other than those that we see. When we are hated, we are called to love. When we are robbed, we are called to give more and bless the one who robs us. And we say, but how can one live? And this is the mystery. This is at the core of the Christian faith. To live without trying to acquire more. To live at peace, even if others make war against us. And you say, well, Father, no nation can live that way, but we're not talking about nations. We're talking about us. We use the shift to the national political level to excuse ourselves, to say, but that's not realistic. Fine. But He's not talking to the kings of nations or even the presidents. He's talking to us. And we are called to love when we are hated, to bless when we are cursed, to give freely when we are robbed, to pray for those who abuse us. This is the first matter of the fast. And for the rest, we hear very simply from the gospel. Because the Lord knew fasting people. He had seen religious people before. And He said, when you fast, don't be like the hypocrites. Because they change their face, they hang their head, they're very clearly fasting. And there are the signs of dress and face and bearing that communicate, I am doing a religious thing. We are commanded not to do this. We are commanded to wash our face, to stand up straight, to live normally. So no one can tell that we are undergoing spiritual exercise, because it's not for anyone else's eyes. We don't seek anyone else's praise. We seek to draw close to God and to store up treasure in heaven. So, consider the evil deeds that are present in your lives, whatever they may be, great or small. significant or trivial. Consider what they are and ask the Lord to cut them out of your life. Consider what it is that separates you from God or from your fellow human being, and give it up. Lay aside the works of darkness, that we may be filled with light. Consider your diet, yes. Lighten the richness that we are blessed to receive. If you can keep the strict fast of the church, may it be blessed. But if you cannot, lay aside the richness, lay aside the expensive foods, eat a little less, and turn your heart and mind in prayer to God in the midst of these things. If you do not have a habit of almsgiving, of charity, of giving money or time or help or presence to those who are in need, consider where you may do so. If there is a beggar on your way to work who you have ignored, plan to give him a little something. If he does good with it, may it be blessed. If he does evil with it, may it still be blessed. In this season, above all, we are called to give and to give generously. Money is the least of what we can give. Give your time, give your prayers, give your smile, give your comfort and encouragement to those who grieve. Visit the nursing homes, visit the prisons. In all of these things, we may give alms. Consider your life of prayer. We are called to live lives of prayer at all times. Every moment of the day, we are called to live in the presence of God. None of us can do this with success. Redouble your efforts. This is where the Jesus prayer is a gift to us. Simple enough, I can teach it to you if you do not know it, with one repetition. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me. Every hour on the hour, pray this prayer. If it helps, pray this prayer when you go to the bathroom, when you go to get a drink. Find a rhythm in the course of your day and bring the remembrance of God into your life. With this prayer, with the Lord's Prayer, with any prayer, even Lord, help me. Lord, strengthen me for the labor of my life. Lord, forgive me. The simple, the short prayers are best because they come from the heart. And come to church. But in some sense, coming to church is the least of these works. It is the fruit of a life that is lived for God. It is the oasis where we find strength to renew our efforts each week, each day. Consider how you may come to church not to do a good work, but to seek sustenance for the path that remains ahead of us. These things, to lay aside the works of darkness, to give alms, money, or time, something of ourselves, to pray, and to come to church, and yes, to fast from food. These are the pillars of our Lenten journey. These are the anchors of a life that is sustained and made stable by the power of God. For these 40 days, may we be blessed to have the hand of the Most High God overshadow and strengthen and sustain us every day, every hour, every minute, every second of our lives. Seolusas Kalisarakusti, a blessed 40 days to you all. Please stand.